ambassadorial level inductive capitals. Now, Ghana has also been represented by 18 ambassadors to the Czech Republic, with the first being His Excellency Mr. Henry Bochwe Kofi Mar, who was accredited on 20th November 1961, and the most recent is Ajo Denyo Bresse, a career diplomat who presented of credence to His Excellency President Peter Pavel on 18th October 2020. His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the previous or the former president of the Republic of Ghana, actually received a letter of credence from His Excellency Pavel Blik, designate of the Czech Republic, to commence his duty of a tour at a brief ceremony held on Tuesday 13th February 2024 at 3 p.m. at the Jubilee House. So the relationship Ghana has with Czech trace the days of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. But just one key thing before we take a breather: Ghana was also one of the first countries to recognize the Czech Republic as a nation and support for a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council in 1994. Since then, several efforts have been made to increase the level of cooperation the two countries, including the exchange of several high-level Ghana has an entourage that visits them. They also visit us here in Ghana. But as I mentioned, one that is so keen to us that we remember vividly has to do with feat to give them in 2006 at the World Cup group stages. So you need to know about Czech Republic and then the relationship Ghana has with them. So their president is, and most definitely something great will come out of it. We'll keep our fingers crossed for that meeting to end, and then we'll come back and give you the fallout from that. He was there earlier to welcome him from the airport, but currently, as you see on the screen, that is His Excellency Pet Park of Czech Republic. So, and then he will go through the usual, and of course he will take the guard of honor. Indeed, ushered is the President of the Republic of Ghana will also have the opportunity to interact with him. But I'll tell you much more about the relationship Ghana has with the Czech Republic, one that is so dear to us and keeps reminding us has to do with the FIFA World Cup 2006, where Ghana played in the group stages with Czech Republic, where Ghana defeated them by 2-0. It's something we can't do away with. But of course, let's look at the Czech Republic, or now known as Czechia. It's actually a landlocked nation in Central Europe. It is bordered by Germany to the west, Austria to the south, Slovakia to the east, and also Poland to the northeast. Now, country derives its name from the Slavic tribe of Czechia, also known as Czechos.
Thank you very much, Randy. And this is a live cast from the presidency. The president of the Czech Republic, Peter Pavel, arrived some few hours ago.
Mounted by
and
Ghana
as we
Air Force.
speak, the guard of honor is taking place. 21 gun salute
with the
has
Air
just
Force
been
regimental
fired,
band in
and
attendance.
the
Ready for
president
inspection.
from the Czech
Flight Lieutenant Mahama Addison Donko. Your Excellency.
Republic has just received a 21-gun salute. He will be met at the forecourt of the presidency by the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama. But for now, the guard of honor is still ongoing after he has walked past the servicemen who form the contingent part of this guard of honor. There will be the anthems of the two countries again, after which he will be meeting President John Mahama. He was met on arrival at the Jubilee lounge of the Kotoka International Airport by the Chief of Staff, Julius Debra, the legal counsel to the President, Marietta Brew Appiah, and some top government officials. He retired to the hotel to freshen up and is here to meet the President. After the parade, he would be exchanging pleasantries, after which there would be a bilateral meeting between delegates from the two countries. The understanding we have is that the President of the Czech Republic will then be signing some bilateral agreements, and then after that the President of the Republic of Ghana will see him off. I'll be walking you through the program lined up for this 3-day visit. But for many of you who have just joined this live broadcast, just for the facts, Ghana and the Czech Republic have long-standing relationship dating back to 1959, immediately after Ghana gained independence. Our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, had good relations with then president of what was known as Czechoslovakia, and since then the two countries have strengthened the relations, and as we speak the diplomatic relations between the two countries have benefited both. And Ghana, for example, can boast of the Gihok jute factory. The Commander sugar factory was also constructed with the support of the Czech Republic.
Your Excellency, inspection over. May I have your permission to march off the guard? Your Excellency. Yeah.
So the guard of honor is technically over, and the troops will be marching over any moment from now, after which the visiting President Peter Pavel will walk towards where His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is waiting, just at the entrance of the presidency. He'll go through the glass door. There will be exchange of pleasantries. He will be received at the Presidentials Hall here at the presidency, during which delegation from the two countries will be seated, and the two presidents will join them for a brief meeting. After that meeting, there will be a joint press conference. I was referring you to the benefit this relations between Czech Republic and Ghana has been to both countries, and I want to speak to what Ghana can reflect on, apart from the Gihok jute factory I mentioned, the Commander sugar factory, the Boso glass factory, the Bonsu ties factory, and the Kumasi shoe factory. And so if you go back to history and you remember that this relationship has been over 60 years, and it was struck when our first president, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, met the president of then Czechoslovakia, you would know that many of these industries, Gihok jute factory, Commander sugar factory, Aboso glass factory, Bonsu tie factory, and then the Kumasi shoe factory, were all built before the overthrow of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I'll be telling you more, but let's listen to some rhythms from the police, for the band as the march of the troops which have mounted the Ghana bomb.
Guard of honor, show the arms.
So the president of the Czech Republic, Peter Pavel, is now walking towards where His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and for the first time, being the first president to visit since his re-election as the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, the president of the Czech Republic will be shaking hands with His Excellency John Dramani Mahama any moment from now. And Czech Republic has Prague as the capital city with a population of just a little over 10 million. The head of state, Peter Pavel, is visiting Ghana, and he's the first to visit this country after the re-election of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The Minister for Foreign Affairs of that country is Jan Lipatsky, and the GDP of that country is about $343.21 billion US dollars, according to the World Bank. And just to help you to appreciate those with the president, I see Finance Minister, Foreign Minister, Defense Minister Joyce Bawa Muktari, Interior Minister, Roads and Highways Minister. I see the Health Minister in there, the Minister for Works and Housing. Of course, the government spokesperson Felix Kwachofosu is also in the shot. And then we have other top government appointees. I see Samson Ahi, who is a deputy minister. I see the chief of staff at the office of the vice president, Mr. Also there. And of course, I'll be telling you more about those who are waiting. And then shortly after, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has introduced the delegation from Ghana, some of who will be part of this very important bilateral meeting are those who accompanied the president from the Czech Republic, who are also waiting. And you can see John Mahama very happy to receive the president, giving him the typical Ghanaian warmth that we give visitors of such high profile when they visit our country. Now, while we are watching the exchange of pleasantries, let me give you some brief information about the relationship between Ghana and the Czech Republic as far as Ghana is concerned. Then Vice President of the Republic, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, embarked on a working visit to Prague as far back as November 2010. So John Mahama has some interesting relationship with this country. Now, as you see them in short, they are just entered the main hall of the Jubilee House or the presidency, and the two presidents will be standing side by side by their flags, the flag of the Czech Republic and the flag of Ghana, and the two of them are taking some photo opportunity. From here they will retire to the Credentials Hall to have a tete-a-tete, after which the two presidents will later join the delegation which will be waiting at the auditorium where the bilateral meeting will take place. But to go back to history and John Mahama's relationship with the Czech Republic, as I said, dates as far back as 2010. So there you see in your shots the two presidents entering the Credentials Hall. This will be a brief waiting area, because after the tete-a-tete or the exchange of some pleasantries between the two presidents, the two will move to the auditorium here at the presidency to join the bilateral meeting. We are told that an MOU will be signed after this bilateral meeting, and there will be a joint press conference by the two presidents. So the former Minister for National Security, Honorable Albert Kandapar, also led a 3-member delegation on a day-working visit to Prague on March 22nd, 2023. So apart from John Mahama's visit in 2010, Albert Kandapar, many of us know him, former National Security Minister, also visited the place. He held 2 separate meetings with the Deputy Minister of Defense and, of course, the Foreign Affairs Minister of the Czech Republic. Then we have the former Mbomba, former Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration, at the invitation of then Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs, also visited the Czech Republic from the 6th to the 9th of September 2022. So the relationship between the two countries has been long-standing, but for many, the significance of such visits is about the benefit, the mutual benefit for the citizens of the two countries. I'll tell you a little about the trade between Ghana and the Czech Republic. Trade relations between the two, of course, then former Czechoslovakia, nosedived with the overthrow of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Remember, I made reference to some legacy projects, many of which collapsed, except Commander Sugar Factory, which has been recently revived, and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama intends to put it back to work because of how it was abandoned from 2017 to 2024, and the Kumasi Shoe Factory, which was also revived.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much. Distinguished members of the media, it's indeed an honor for me to welcome the President of the Czech Republic, His Excellency Petr Pavel, who's on a 3-day state visit to Ghana. I also acknowledge the rest of the high-level delegation that accompanied him from the Czech Republic. This visit marks another milestone in the long-standing cordial relations that exist between our two countries and reaffirm the political, economic, and cultural cooperation that lie at the heart of Ghana's diplomatic engagement with the Czech Republic. Our two countries share a deep respect for democratic values and governance and human rights, and by nurturing these shared principles, we can engage in fruitful dialogue, exchange best practices, and foster mutual understanding. In our bilateral discussions this afternoon, we acknowledge the cordial and long-standing relations that have existed between Ghana and the Czech Republic, which date back to 1961, when we opened diplomatic missions in our respective countries, and have been reinforced over the decades through the exchange of high-level visits and opening of resident missions in our capitals. We also signed a Memorandum of Understanding on Political Consultation, a bilateral air services agreement, also known as Air Transport Agreement, between Ghana and the Czech Republic. It is our hope that the implementation of these MOUs will reinvigorate and spearhead cooperation in various sectors between our two countries. In addition, we discussed the need to expand the frontiers of our relations and cooperation with the Czech Republic, both at the bilateral and multilateral levels. At the bilateral level, note was taken of potential for trade and economic cooperation. I'll therefore urge the private sectors of the two countries to come together to explore possible avenues for cooperation in various sectors of the Ghanaian economy. And I'm happy to note that tomorrow there's a business roundtable between Ghanaian and Czech businessmen. On trade, we noted that through trade and investment, this can serve as a bedrock of our economic relations, and more could be done to increase the low levels of trade between our two countries. In that regard, I noted that the African market has a population of over 1.3 billion people, and I extended an invitation to the business community in the Czech Republic to partner with their Ghanaian counterparts to take advantage of the opportunities provided by the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. At the multilateral level, I noted the long-standing and excellent tradition of cooperation between our two countries at various international fora, including the United Nations, and expressed the desire for such cooperation to continue. This includes voting on issues that are of concern to both of us, but also to support each other's candidates that are vying for international positions. In that regard, I called on Czech to support our candidature of Ambassador Mohamed Adam to the position of Secretary General of the United Nations Tourism Organization, and reciprocally for us to support Czech Republic for membership of the Security Council. I assured President Petr Pavel of my confidence in Ambassador Adams' ability to lead and cooperate with his colleagues to bring on board a strategic vision for the UN Tourism Organization. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, I went on to commend the government of the Czech Republic for supporting Ghana's healthcare sector through VAMED health projects and the construction of 12 40-bed capacity hospitals and 12 units of 2-bedroom semi-detached houses for hospital staff for the following beneficiary communities in Ghana: Jumapo, Kwabin, Nkwetia, Achiase, Swami, Drobonso, Sabronum, Manson Kwanta, Edukrom, Mem, Chidie, and Pong Katamanso. I raised the issue of the 50 Bridges project, which has been stalled by the debt exchange program. I urged our two countries to explore ways of re-engineering the project to complete the 50 Bridges program and also implement the second phase of 100 bridges. Furthermore, I acknowledge the continuous support of the Czech government led program of medical cooperation, which is commonly known as Medivac, which is aimed at providing healthcare to vulnerable groups, as well as the exchange of medical expertise and knowledge transfer. On the situation in the Sahel and Western African sub-region as a whole, President Pavel was briefed on the security situation and the measures being taken at the level of ECOWAS and the AU to address the issue of terrorism, violent extremism, and the return of military rule in the sub-region, and to restore normalcy to the affected countries. I added that Ghana is resolute in the fight against transnational threats and the promotion of regional peace and security, and welcomed the support of the Czech Republic in that regard. On the issue of climate change, Ghana and Czech Republic acknowledge that climate change stands as one of the most formidable challenges of our time that require collective action. We share a deep concern for the environment and recognize the urgency to combat climate change and mitigate its adverse effects. We agree that our institutions of state, academia, and business community must collaborate closely, leveraging our collective expertise and resources to adopt innovative solutions, promote renewable energy, and implement climate-friendly policies. We also discussed cooperation by the Czech Republic and Ghana in responsible mining, land reclamation, and cleaning of polluted waters, and introducing new sustainable mining practices to Ghana's small-scale sector. On the issue of vocational and technical training, I introduced the Ghana Labor Export Program to train youth to international proficiency to be able to work on fixed terms abroad, and sought cooperation with Czech Republic for vocational training. I also noted that it was cooperation between the Czech Republic and the Defense Industries Holding Company, DHOC, that led to the revamping of the Kumasi shoe factory. We therefore discussed the possibility of further cooperation between DHOC and the Czech private sector to go into more industries for mutual benefit. Following our meeting this afternoon, I am hopeful that the outcomes of our fruitful discussions and the business forum tomorrow will contribute to deepening the relations that exist between Ghana and the Czech Republic in all areas of endeavor for the mutual benefit of our two peoples. I wish Your Excellency Petr Pavel and your delegation a very fruitful stay in Accra, and I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Please come. Please come. Thank you very much.
One machine, set where you can sit on it and take all your implements and everything. One engine to take the change the implements to have your own pressure, your more, so you take on the
Thank you so much. Yes, you know. And then
This is what we meet the last time here.
maybe in September. Yeah, tell me. Yourself to be measuring and conversations. That's my look. Okay, thank you. Good. Oh, he's fine.
I'll be expecting this.
With our Czech counterparts. Distinguished guests, the roots of bilateral trade relations between Ghana and the Czech Republic stretches back to the 1960s. The Czech Republic has played a pivotal role in Ghana socio-economic development through investment. Over the years, our ties have transcended commerce. In the 1980s, many Ghanaians pursued higher education in the former Czechoslovakia, benefiting from Eastern Bloc.
Please, a round of applause for him as he takes the podium.
Thank you, dear President Mahama, business leaders, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me a great pleasure to address this audience. And actually, to keep it short and simple. A lot of facts and nice words of appreciation from both sides were said, and I can but fully subscribe to all what has been said. I would like to thank all those who are behind this business meeting on both sides, because I believe it is really important to have so many of you here in one room. I would also like to thank my counterpart, President Mahama, for supporting the event and giving it the importance it deserves. We can look at the statistics showing that figures from the year 2024 were second best within the last decade. And it clearly demonstrates that Ghana is an attractive partner to our country, to our businesses. But in fact, the reality is not so much given by figures, it's being done by people. People with courage, with vision and goodwill. And I hope that this room is full of people of these qualities, because it really requires people with courage to move things forward. We politicians have it easier. We open the door if we have goodwill, and we create conditions. The rest is up to you. And I believe that both President Mahama and myself, we have the goodwill to open the door wide and to create the best possible conditions for you to go forward. In a number of areas that were, many of them mentioned here, from food processing up to the satellites. And I believe that here in Ghana, we find good opportunities for all of these areas. Ghana is a natural partner to Czech Republic, country with high democratic standards, vibrant civil society, great economy, a lot of natural resources, conditions for agriculture, but also a country that is not only stable itself, but also creates conditions for stability in the region. And that's why it is a natural partner to create these little islands of stability, goodwill and cooperation in the world that is increasingly unstable. And I believe that in this world we have a common interest to build on shared values, to build on partnerships, to build on friendship. All of these are present here. So let me encourage you to do your best to transition from goodwill to concrete results, and we will help you to achieve these results. Thank you, and a lot of luck.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Peter Pavel, President of the Czech Republic.
Manufacturing, defense, commerce, and many. Iconic establishments like the Gihop Jute Factory, Aboso Glass Factory, Bonso Ties.
And later, as the event goes on, we'll also later get remarks from the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. The CEO is here. And even before that, let me just acknowledge the presence of some individuals who have joined us for this very momentous occasion. And like President Mahama indicated, the relationship between both countries are decades old. And we've had some ambassadors who've represented Ghana in Czech Republic. We have them join us here. We have His Excellencies Victor Smith, who is one of Ghana's ambassadors to the Czech Republic. Please, a round of applause for him. We also do have Madam Zita Okaikwe, who has also represented Ghana in the Czech Republic. Thank you very much, ma'am. And the current ambassador of Ghana to the Czech Republic is also in our midst, Madam Doris Ajo Depobresi. Please, a round of applause for her. Thank you so much. And we also do have captains of industry who are going to be leading the conversations here this morning. And later, like Mr. President indicated, there's going to be other events. So since they have a tight schedule, maybe when it is time, they would respectfully just take leave of us for the conversations to continue. In the meantime, we'll have some music in the background. Thank you.
Promises further growth and inclusion in digital financial services. The cutting-edge solutions by Czech companies in fintech, robust cybersecurity frameworks, and sophisticated digital infrastructure development would be invaluable in accelerating this transformation, bridging the digital divide, and further enhancing inclusive financial ecosystems. For transportation and logistics, as a proud host of the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat, Ghana is strategically strengthening its multimodal infrastructure networks through my government's $10 billion Big Push program to facilitate seamless local and intra-African trade. Czech companies with specialized expertise in integrated transportation systems, including the tram and light rail systems proposed for Accra and Kumasi, can play a transformative role in this endeavor, connecting people, goods, and opportunities across our nation and beyond. The Czech Republic's excellence in healthcare innovation and medical equipment manufacturing is well known. We earnestly welcome strategic partnerships to expand our healthcare infrastructure, enhance medical training programs, and develop pharmaceutical manufacturing capacity, building upon successful existing collaborations such as the impactful Medivac program in some selected teaching hospitals across our country. Permit me to use this opportunity to thank the Czech government for its financial guarantees for the construction of the Kpong Mini Hospital, which will be inaugurated later this afternoon. Additionally, hospitality and sanitation, as well as Ghana's burgeoning real estate sector, present immediate opportunities for Czech businesses to join their counterparts in investing in Ghana, particularly as we enhance our tourism. Is deeply committed to creating an enabling environment for business growth and foreign direct investment through several key strategic initiatives. Firstly, we're intensely focused on ascending the global value chain by transforming our rich raw materials endowment into high-value finished and semi-finished products. The Czech Republic's renowned industrial expertise and technological capabilities can be invaluable in this transformation, particularly in specialized areas such as food processing, mineral refinement, pharmaceutical production, and light manufacturing. Secondly, we are actively promoting and diversifying our non-traditional exports to strengthen our economic resilience, privileged position to reach the broader African market through the opportunities presented under the African Continental Free Trade Area. Thirdly, we're making substantial investments in transportation networks and digital connectivity infrastructure to enhance Ghana's competitiveness in the global economy. The Czech Republic's extensive experience in these critical areas, especially in efficient urban mass transport systems and state-of-the-art digital infrastructure, presents golden collaboration and knowledge. The government is implementing policies and programs for the economy. And again, we warmly welcome partnerships that can provide technical expertise, facilitate technology transfer, and enhance mechanisms for these dynamic enterprises. We're also continuing to streamline business regulations, improving the ease of doing business, and providing attractive incentives for foreign direct investment, particularly in our priority sectors. Our dedicated investment promotion agencies stand ready to provide comprehensive support to Czech businesses interested in exploring the abundant opportunities that Ghana has to offer. As we deliberate today, I earnestly urge the private sector leaders building opportunity to network, explore synergies, and build lasting partnerships and shared prosperity. Potential public is immense. Let us find inspiration in the profound words of the renowned Czech statesman Václav Havel, who once said, and I quote, "The salvation of this human world lies nowhere else than in the human heart, in the human power to reflect, in human meekness, and in human responsibility." Today, we embrace that responsibility by forging economic ties that will generate sustainable prosperity for our nations and our people. Ghana is open for business, and we stand ready to work with our Czech partners to create prosperity for our people. Together, we can build a future of shared economic growth and development. On the side of Ghana, I can assure Your Excellency that our Association of Ghana Industries, our Chambers of Commerce, Chamber of Agribusiness Ghana, our Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and our mission in Prague are already planning to organize a trade and investment forum in Prague later this year. It is also hoped that the MOU on trade cooperation between our two countries will be finalized by the close of the year, following Ghana's submission of an amended draft MOU through the Ministry of Trade and Agribusiness and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to boost trade between our two countries. Later this morning, President Pavel will open the Czech House exhibition, which permanently showcases Czech technology, businesses, and economic opportunities. I urge our Ghanaian businessmen and women to visit the Czech House to view what opportunities they can take advantage of to enhance the cooperation between Ghana and the Czech Republic. As I conclude, I would like to once again express my profound gratitude to His Excellency President Pavel for his visionary leadership and commitment to strengthening the bonds between our two nations. This state visit marks the beginning. I want to thank you very much for your kind attention and wish you very fruitful deliberations this morning. May the partnerships that will be forged here today blossom into enduring collaborations that will stand the test of time. May God bless Ghana, may God bless the Czech Republic, and the flourishing partnership between our two nations. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Let's keep the round of applause going as he takes his seat. Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Last private remark of this speech that I fell in love with this country and its people within 24 hours after our arrival. But now back to official business. I have the privilege and honor to come here with a large business delegation composed of some of the best businessmen, businesswomen, and entrepreneurs that we have in the Czech Republic. And some of them are truly remarkable. And they're